Welcome to the Wet Fly Swing Fly Fishing Show, where you discover tips, tricks, and tools from the leading names in fly fishing today.
Hey, how's it going today? This is Dave, and we are back for a little bonus episode. This one is a little bit, well, I guess we're just starting January, so it's not too late, but I want to do a end of the year wrap up, beginning of the year heads up on what we have going, and just kind of basically give a little celebration and say thank you to you for listening to the show. I just wanted to give you a rundown on a few things we have going, what went on last year and what's upcoming, because we have some pretty good stuff coming out here this year. First off, I want to thank you for your support and appreciate each and every email and DM that has come our way and my way, and I've read and connected. I definitely love reading those. All the reviews and things like that is amazing. It's obviously been a tough time, 2020. With COVID has kind of made things crazy for a lot of people. And hopefully as we move along here, we'll slowly be getting out of this thing and kind of moving on to, 2021 and beyond and some greater things. So first off on the podcast, we are continuing to grow thanks to all the support for everybody out there and all the shares and everything that's going on. We basically grew the podcast by 62% in 2020 versus 2019. We are on track this year, and I'll give you a heads up when we do it, but to break 1 million downloads in 2021. So 1 million. So that's an amazing mark. 1 million is awesome. That's 1 million unique downloads, unique listeners, basically. So that's kind of hard to fathom, but that's what we're on track to do here this next year. Obviously, everyone out there that's been a part of it, I want to thank you for that. But let's just jump into what we have coming, because this is really, we're already into January, and I want to talk about what we have coming here. So one thing I still have going is this the drift boat season. So I know some people out there are loving this, and some people maybe aren't as much. I usually put these on as on top of the normal content we're doing. So I don't want to miss out on, some of the big fly fishing potential episodes we can do. So I'm still continuing to do those. So basically, as you see, some of these we're hitting a Tuesday and a Thursday episode. And that's like kind of a bonus for you. So we're always going to hit the Tuesday. That's always going to be there. But Thursday is a little bonus. Also, you'll see new this year, we have some new sponsors. And we're definitely on track to meet our goals there to help basically pay the bills here, and had some big goals that we're still working on. And so, yeah, if you definitely have ideas for great companies that would be good matches for sponsorships, definitely reach out to me and let me know. So you'll hear some of those coming up here in towards the end of January and throughout most of the year. These are all really cool companies. And just want to let you know on those sponsors, when you see them, it is super helpful if you can click those links, follow the links, go to them and support, if you can, buy the product, because basically that's telling them that, this is a good thing to support us, and they'll continue doing that. If they don't get enough clicks and all that stuff, if they don't see the traction, then the sponsors definitely won't stick around. So all the products that we are sponsoring are products I've used, some of them for a lot longer than others, but they're all good products and stuff like that. And they're backed by the warranty and the Wet Fly Swing warranty, which basically we stand behind all of that. So that's one thing here. Season 6 is likely coming up. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to start that off, but right now we're looking at potentially doing digging into nymph fishing. But that's unless I hear differently from you. So I know I heard from one person out there that said definitely he was like talking about cutting his arm off or something like that if he heard any more nymphing episodes. But nymphing is a popular technique, and I have done a lot of it. It's very effective. So I wanted to touch base on that to make sure that we really dig into it. And there's a lot of different species where nymphing works great. So that's kind of, unless I hear differently, that's where we're headed. And I'll give you a heads up again on that when we get into that season. Another big thing we have going here is some big giveaways on our travel stuff this year, including some other things such as some like giveaways along with classes and things like that. Just a whole smorgasbord. We're working with partnering up this year with another podcast, Greg Keenan over at the Fly Fishing Insider. We're going to be doing some stuff working together to provide some more value for people out there that want to go on some trips, want to do some traveling, and want to connect with us on the river. So there's going to be a lot of cool opportunities there. So stay tuned for that. One other thing I want to give a heads up just on those lines as far as some new things coming is a third podcast. We have a second podcast I launched actually this year, the Outdoors Online Marketing Podcast, which has been a lot of fun. In fact, the episode that just went out today, episode 34, Jay Abraham, was just like epic. I listened to it again because I couldn't believe it. But this guy is one of the biggest business mentors literally in the world. He coaches billionaires, and and he came on, and that show has just been unbelievable. We've been providing content. So if you have a business, especially if you have a fly fishing business or in the outdoor space, each show is guided to help you. So that's the Outdoors Online Marketing Podcast. I'll have a link to that in the show notes. But a third podcast we're launching here is We Speak Trout. And this is another podcast. I won't go into a lot of detail here, but again, working with Greg Keenan there, and we're going to be doing this together. Really doing some good stuff over there, just opening up opportunities for us. So just kind of slowly wrapping this up, we've got 200 episode. Our 200 episode mark is coming up soon. I'm not sure when we're going to hit that, but my guess is in the first few months, we're going to surpass 200 episodes, which is literally, that's like 4 years worth of episodes weekly that we haven't missed. In 4 years, or well, I guess it hasn't been quite 4 years because some of those are bonus episodes, but essentially 4 years worth of episodes. And I've been doing this, and I keep plugging away. And I mean, I do it obviously because I love it. It's a passion of mine. I enjoy all parts of it, but really, in order to kind of scale this thing out to where we need to go and make this bigger for you and better, I'm going to have to start getting into more of the CEO mode and passing on some of the duties to other staff, which right now we don't have much of a staff. But I think this year would be a good time to really look at finding somebody who wants to join the Wet Fly Swing team. And essentially this is also Wet Fly Swing Media because that's part of what we have going here. So if you have interest in joining, if you have some skills either in marketing or podcasting, or want to learn about it, or you're just super fired up about this podcast and what we have going, reach out to me, Dave at wetflyswing.com, and let me know. I would love to find somebody, and preferably somewhere in the country here that can join the team and be a part of it. So that's one other big goal that we'll be looking at next year. I've got a bunch of goals. I'm not really talking goals here, but we do have a number of things where we want to meet for this next year. But want to give a shout out to that. And as we get out here, I just want to thank you for all of your listens and support this year. I've talked to many people on email. I've heard tons of great support and good stuff. So I just wanted to thank you for if you reached out, and also want to thank you in advance if you plan on reaching out to me, maybe sharing an episode, sending an email, doing whatever you can to help get the word out, because we grew by 62%, like I mentioned at the start. I would love to grow by 100%, if not more, in this next year compared to where we're at. That would just launch us way into the atmosphere. So please connect with me if you can. Add your email. That would be a real good way to stay in touch. I know you get probably updated through your apps that you're listening on, but if you can join our email list, this is a really great way to find out not only the shows that are going on, but when we have special events. That's one thing you won't see necessarily on your app. Although we do have a standalone Wet Fly Swing app that you can go, if you go to the App Store, we actually have an app that would be another place where we want to add some content there. But the email list, so if you go to, I believe, wetflyswing.com/email, that should give you a page that can connect you with joining the list. Or you can just go to the website, and there's on the sidebar, any of those places you can just enter and add your email, and we'll get you. It'd be nice to keep in touch with you there. That's the way I really connect with my closest supporters, and would love to connect with you. So that's it. That's it for this wrap up and a little preview of 2021. I think this is going to be the greatest year ever, 2021. We are doing some good stuff, and that's all I have for you. I want to thank you again for listening in on this short little snippet, and look forward to catching up with you soon, and we'll talk to you.
Thanks for listening to the Wet Fly Swing Fly Fishing Show. For notes and links from this episode, visit wetflyswing.com.